here. Fourth one of the year. You listen to Bryce right now, one of the best bands nobody's heard of. And I'm gonna, as soon as this song rocks, it's called After the Last. Look it up on YouTube. It's amazing. Yeah. All right. So. First one of the year, I'm going to go ahead and update you on the 2011. I'm not updated on the year yet. 2011 NASCAR, the driver roster and changes and everything. Keep you updated. This is as best as I know. If there's anything that comes along after this, well, so be it. All right, so, and I'm also going to say how I think each driver will do this year, too. So, we got Rudiman in the 00, no changes there. Rudiman's a good driver, good guy, underrated driver. I think he can make the chase. It depends on how many cars they extend the chase field to, but I really think he can get in. McMurray in the 1 car, no changes there. As far as I know, Bass Pro Shops is coming back. It'd be great if they did. They had an awesome car. Jamie's an awesome guy. Deserved all the success he had last year. He's tried so hard for so long. I'm so happy for him. Keselowski moves over to the Blue Deuce, Miller Lite sponsorship. It's going to be weird seeing him in that car. I don't see him as a Miller Lite guy, but I said the same thing about Kurt Busch, but Brad's got to learn to not make as many enemies, and he's trying to prove he belongs in Cup, and right now he doesn't. He had, I think 2 top 10s last year, and that came in the back third of the season, I think, so I just don't know. Brad's a better nationwide driver, but I don't know, we'll see. Casey Kane moves to the Red Bull Toyota, and they switch from number 82 to 4, and it's only a 1-season deal because he sold out and went to Hendrick, and that's twice he's turned his back on Ford, so Casey's just kind of there. He's just neutral to me now. I used to like him, but not anymore. Mark Martin, no changes there, but Quaker State comes on, and that is an ugly car. It's good to have Quaker State back as a primary sponsor for some races, but that is an ugly car. David Reagan, speaking of ugly cars, UPS is back, and they changed the paint scheme, and it's brown and yellow. Looks like poop. Robbie Gordon, as far as I know, is back in the 7 car. I think Speed Direct is the sponsor. I think that's the name of it. It's an energy drink. I don't really know what it's called. Marcus Ambrose is back with Ford, which is great. He's a hardcore Ford guy. He even was back when he was in Australia. And the sponsor is DeWalt and Stanley, and it's great to have DeWalt back. It's just going to be weird not seeing it on the 17 car. And the car, the paint scheme's cool looking, but the yellow's kind of, DeWalt and Stanley use 2 different shades of yellow, and it kind of offsets. And the 9 doesn't look like it belongs on the car. It's not the traditional Evernham 9 that they've had. They use a different font, and it's just weird looking. Terry Labonte is back in Cup, I guess full-time, in his own car with Billy Stavola. He used to be a Cup owner back in the 80s and early 90s. With Gander Mountain as the sponsor, I like Terry. It's hard not to be a fan of the Labontes because they're really good guys, and it's just weird. Terry hasn't run a full schedule since, I think, 04, and I just wonder how competitive he could be now. I thought Bobby Labonte should have gotten that car. He drove it at Atlanta and Texas, I believe, last year. No, Texas for sure. I think Atlanta. Denny Hamlin is no changes there. They just unveiled a new paint scheme, and it looks great. Same with Tony Stewart. Mobile 1 moves over, and the cars look awesome. Biffle back 3M, no changes there, but they unveiled a new paint scheme, and every year I wonder how 3M can one-up themselves by making their cars look better and better every year, and they do. It's all black this year. If you remember the 3M Pitbull scheme they had at, I believe, the All-Star race, it looks like that pretty much. It's awesome. Kenseth, no changes there. Crown Royal still back. Still not a supporter of Crowns, just still a supporter of Matt. And the cars look awesome. The Crown Royal black car is slick, and I even like the purple car, but black and gold's better. Kyle Busch, no changes there. Let's see how well he can do after he got married. See if he's actually grown up, because probably going to be the same old bipolar Kyle. He's all or nothing. He'll win, then he'll wreck. He'll win, then he'll wreck. That's why he hasn't won a championship yet, and I don't know if he ever will. If he doesn't win by the time he's 30, he won't. He'll make the chase, but I don't know if he's going to be 26 this year. If he doesn't win a championship by the time he's 30, he won't win one. Logano, Home Depot, he's going to make the chase this year. Car solid orange, love it. Orange is my favorite color if you didn't know, so love it. Trevor Bayne moves to the 21 car. He made his debut at Texas in that car. He's going to run 17 races in it. And I guess Bill Elliott's still going to run the rest of the time. We'll see on that. Kurt Busch moves to he's still with Penske, but he moves to a new team, the Shell Pennzoil Dodge, which is going to take some getting used to. Shell Pennzoil being with Harvick and RCR the last few seasons. And that car actually looks like when Travis Kvapil with Kodak on Penske a few years ago, the old 77 car. Jeff Gordon, everything's the same, but he has a new sponsor. The AARP drive in hunger. I don't know really what driving a car is supposed to do with keeping people from helping people eat, but whatever. And the car was plain looking. This is red. Paul Menard moves over to the 4th RCR car number 27. Nothing against Menard. He's a good driver. He's a nice guy. But he gets rides because his family's the sponsor, basically, and he brings the sponsor with him. But I don't know if he'll ever win. But he did run a lot better last season, and I think finally proven he belongs in Cup. And then Harvick is still in the 29 car, but Budweiser comes on board, leaving the 9 car, and the car is black, and it looks really cool. Burton and Boyer, no changes there. Cat and Cheerios, they're both going to make the chase this year. I don't know about the front row motorsports cars, the 34, 37, and 38. I mean, if they don't run, it's no big deal because they were nowhere near the front, so their last name was kind of a contradiction. Newman, everything's the same there. Just new paint schemes for Army and Haas. Same with Montoya. Don't like Montoya. He's a jerk. I'm not signing anything, Williams will screw you. That's my impression of Montoya. Allmendinger, same Best Buy of Valvoline. Best Buy really likes him, so I think they'll follow him. I don't know if he'll make the chase, but I think he'll win a race or two. He's ready. Bobby Labonte moves to the 47, the JTG Doherty team. It's the car that Marcus Ambrose drove last year. It's Kleenex and Bush's Baked Beans and Clorox. I don't know what else they got on there. They got a lot of different sponsors. So Little Debbie, I believe, is on there too. I'm so happy for Bobby. He finally gets a good ride. He's fallen so far off the map for Bobby, which is too bad because he was the first champion of the decade and century or whatever. So he needs to prove. I want to see Bobby win one more race before he's done, and I think he can this year. Jimmy Johnson, no changes there. Martin Truex, no changes there. Regan Smith in the 78 car. They're gonna turn a lot of heads this year. That team's based out of Colorado, independent team. They got funding from. I don't know if they still have RCR engines or if they switched to Hendrick engines, but it's basically an RCR chassis with a Hendrick engine, so we'll see what happens there. I like Regan. He's a great guy, underrated driver. That team is based out of Colorado, so they have like a longer toe than most of the teams, except for like Phoenix and Vegas, I guess, maybe Texas, Kansas. Brian Vickers is back with Red Bull after missing most of the last season. Let's see what happens if he's rusty. Brian's a nice guy. He's an okay driver. We'll see what happens. Junior, well, they changed the crew chief again, but I don't think we've obviously known over like the last handful of crew chiefs that he's had that the crew chief's really not the problem or the equipment. Casey Kane said it best. He goes, Hendrick's the best team in NASCAR. If you can't win here, it's your fault. So I'm wearing my favorite shirt to wear at the race to show my opinion of Junior. It wouldn't be so bad if the media and the fans weren't kissing his butt all the time. He's really not that good. He ain't his daddy's son, that's for sure. He'll never win a championship. He might make the chase this year. We'll see how argumentative he likes to get on his radio and everything, but I think for the most part it's going to be regular 20th place in points Junior and nothing to write home about. But his fans will still celebrate, even though they're hammered and don't remember the race. Carl Edwards, nothing's the same. Everything's the same there. Nothing's changed. I love Carl. Great guy. I think I might even get some 99 stuff this year. After I met him, he made such a big. I'm very impressionable, even at my age. Like, if you're a nice person, regardless of who you are, I'll be okay with you. And Carl is just awesome. He's awesome with the fans. He runs into the stands after he wins races, which is great. I wish more drivers would do that. And he's just so down to earth and just a great guy. And I would love to see him win the championship this year. Teams I'm not sure about, a lot of the cars from last year, the 09 of Phoenix Racing, I don't know what's going on there. Same with the Present Motorsports cars of the 55 and the 66, they were starting park, which is insult to racers everywhere. If you run the whole race. 71 of the Racers group, I don't know what's going on there either. Bobby Labonte drove that car out last year. Nemechek went his own car, the 87, I'm not sure about either. And the Hendrick cars, 3 of the 4 teams swapped crew chiefs. Junior gets Steve Letarte, which is a huge demotion for him. Mark Martin gets Lance McGrew, which is a huge promotion for McGrew, and then Gordon gets Alan Gustafson, which is probably about an even trade for Alan there. But Hendrick's also, the 24 and 88 are in the same shops now, and I think Junior gets all the cars that Gordon had. So I think we're out to prove this year once and for all that it's not it is the driver's fault with the 88, not the car, the crew chief for moon phases and high tide or low tide, or if it's summer or fall, like the excuses the Junior fans make. So we'll see. I'm real excited about the season. There's a new team I left out. Lance Fenton's a Truck Series driver. He's starting a new team. I think it's going to be car number 95. And if I heard right, David Starr is going to be the driver, which is great. David's a great guy. Really good in the Truck Series. Nice to see him move up at his age. He's like 43, so get a shot while he's still relatively young. David's awesome. And as far as I know, there's no Rookie of the Year this year. I could throw my name into the bucket, even though I don't have a ride or a sponsor or experience, but stranger things have happened. Anyway, let's get ready for Daytona, and hope you guys all enjoy the season. There's snow on the ground. I'm loving it. Take care, guys. Bye.